Coronation Street will see Paul's family clash as his funeral approaches, while Bethany's family try to raise the funds needed to bring her home. Meanwhile, Dee Dee is skeptical when it appears that Joel may have taken his own life. Here's a look at 12 big moments coming up. Don't forget that you can also explore the stories in more detail with our collection of 27 spoiler pictures from next week's episodes. With tensions still high between Bernie and Billy due to their disagreement over Paul's funeral, Billy tries to smooth things over by suggesting they choose the flowers together. However, the gesture backfires and results in a further argument between the pair. Bernie vents her frustrations to Dev and reveals that although she can't give Paul the funeral she would have liked, she'll find a fitting place to bury his ashes. Billy steels himself ahead of the funeral on what would have been his and Paul's first wedding anniversary. Later, Billy is horrified to discover Paul's father, Denny, drunk and hiding at the church. Furious, Billy orders him to behave and keep out of sight. As family and friends come together, Billy prepares to conduct the service. Having allowed Billy the opportunity to plan the funeral service his way, the Winter Browns plan their own unique memorial and put the finishing touches to the street rave. Bernie tells Todd to bring Paul's ashes so that he can have the best spot on the dance floor. Billy is shocked to learn that Paul's ashes have been released to Bernie, just as Bernie announces to the partygoers that she intends to send Paul's ashes into space. With no access to her voicemail in Turkey, Sarah asks Adam to check them, hoping that she'll have a response from the loan company in order to pay Bethany's medical bills. Adam accesses Sarah's voicemail, but is shocked to come across a message from Damon. Sarah is approached by the CEO of the company that performed Bethany's procedure, with an offer to pay Sarah's hotel accommodation. Sarah wastes no time in pointing out that the company should be paying Bethany's medical fees instead, but is deflated when the CEO shows her Bethany's signed consent form. Meanwhile, David fills Audrey in on the cosmetic company's refusal to pay the bills. Horrified by their lack of accountability, Audrey suggests exposing the truth online. With Bethany stranded in Turkey until her medical fees are paid, her family consider their options. Gail suggests she could sell number 8, but David points out that they'd be homeless as a result. Elsewhere, Daniel confides to Ken that he's planning to use some of Bertie's trust fund money to help Bethany, but Ken urges him to reconsider. After receiving a voice message from Joel, Dee Dee shares it with Lisa. The tone of the message leads Lisa to assume Joel may have taken his own life, and Kit tries to track his location via phone signal. The signal leads them to discover Joel's car parked on a bridge with a note left on the dashboard. Lisa reveals to Dee Dee that they're now looking for Joel's body. Skeptical of Joel's sudden disappearance, Dee Dee decides to investigate and reveals to Kit that Joel has already pocketed the deposits from both the wedding venue and the holiday company. When she spots Joel's father at the police station, Dee Dee confronts him and accuses Joel of being on the run. Lisa tries to defuse the situation by insisting that Dee Dee has to accept that Joel is dead. After Fiz's birthday celebrations went awry, Tyrone tries to make it up to her by planning a romantic dinner. However, Fizz has other things on her mind after she suffers a dizzy spell at work. Concerned, she books a doctor's appointment. After ignoring Fizz and Tyrone's warning about the dangers of vaping, Hope continues her new habit. When Tyrone finds a vape that was hidden in Hope's pencil case, he's horrified to realize that Hope disobeyed them. However, Hope is unapologetic about her habit and admits that she stole it from the corner shop. When Ryan calls at the factory to deliver a letter to Carla, her face falls as she reads the contents. Later, Ryan reveals to Lisa that Carla is worried about the plea hearing, but Lisa remains unconvinced. Will Carla confide the truth in Lisa? Stu is surprised to find Mason already at work ahead of his shift at Speed Doll. Mason explains that he spent the night at the restaurant to avoid another beating from his brothers. Noting the similarities with his own past, will Stu be able to provide help to Mason?